tema igbawi anu masagada tema igbawi titi bonumo titi bonumo wa mayibe wa anu masagada tema igbawi anu masagada tema igbawi Wate bonumo wa mayibe wa me mayikwa alatepo me mayikwa sane baba alatepo me mayikwa alatepo me mayikwa sane baba alatepo
no yenzo no kwamen titi magawiwa
ya you be sore yore tule more kakala ke you be sore yo sense tule more kakala ke se bo sangrewe na bo nangrewe sense tule more kakala ke se bo sangrewe na bo nangrewe sense tule more kakala ke ya tala pare kwa na mokowo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala na woyesa bo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala koso kweto yimusaya wibo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala pomone atu piplo ngata yo sense tule more kakala ke titi no wabo bana wera bo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala dego jimi wa mae sense tule more kakala ke ya tala ya you be sore yore sense tule more kakala ke you be sore yo sense tule more kakala ke ya sangrewe na bona ngrewe sense tule more kakala ke ya tala kwale kwa mokowo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala biego na woyeza bo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala kozo kweto yimusaya wibo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala komone atu piplo ngata yo sense tule more kakala ke titi no wabo bana wela bo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala diego chimi wa mae sense tule more kakala ke ya tala ba ya you be sore yore sense tule more kakala ke you be sore yo sense tule more kakala ke ya tala ba ya you be sore yore Aluma sagada te mayigbawi. Aluma sagada te mayigbawi. Wote bonumo. Wote bonumo wa mayibe wa. Me mayikwa ala tepo. Me mayikwa sane baba ala tepo bing. Me mayikwa ala tepo. Me mayikwa sane baba ala tepo bing.
No yenzo, no kwamen, titi ma gawieba.
Ya, you pienso de yore. Ore kakala que you pienso de yo, you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you pienso de we, na mona grewe. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you pienso de we, na mona grewe. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pare kupana moko. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala piebo na woyesamo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala koso puesto y musaya wibo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pomone atu piplo mantayo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala wabo bano wera bawo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala debo jimi wamae. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala baya you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you pienso de yo, you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala grewe, na mona grewe. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pare kupana moko. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala piebo na woyesamo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala koso puesto y musaya wibo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pomone atu piplo mantayo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala wabo bano wela bawo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala debo jimi wamae. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala baya you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you pienso de yo, you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala baya you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you pienso de yo, you pienso de yo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala baya se vos se grewe. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you se grewe, na mona grewe. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pare kupana moko. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala piebo na woyesamo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala koso puesto y musaya wibo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pomone atu piplo mantayo. Sense ture. Ore kakala que you tala pomone.
And so, folks, would like to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your location where you're watching us from this time. Would like to say welcome to the Heat Hour here on BKS Television. My name is Junior Payne, the regular host of the show. I'm here with Shadrach G. Tobe, the change agent, and also here with Yelese Va, CEO. Again, folks, it's going to be a good show this evening. As always, we are here to inform you about the happenings in Liberia and around Liberia too as well. On the Heater, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. On today's edition of the Heater, we will be having one of Nima County stakeholders, Mr. Alex L. Ban. Alex L. Ban is the administrator, the health service administrator of Nema County. He will be with us this evening to discuss issues surrounding health in Nema County in Liberia at large. Again, it's going to be a good show. Our guest will be Mr. Alex Lewe Ban. Mr. Alex Lewe Ban is the county health service. Lawa, right? Sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Ellis Lawagban is a county health service administrator at the level of the Nema County Health Team in Nema County, Liberia. He will be our guest tonight to discuss issues surrounding health in Liberia. Again, folks, I'd like to say welcome to the show. Good evening to you, Shadrach. How you doing this evening, Chief?
Good evening, Mr. Pan, or Pin, or Pay. I know which one you can call it, you can confuse me on picking. Good evening to my brother, Yedese, Vast Senior, the CEO. But CEO, I want some more money because you complain, company that money there. Yeah, you know, I'm okay. We are happy to be here this evening again to share with our people while they are listening to us. Thank you so much for the invite and also
I know we have our guests in the back, but we're gonna take at most maybe 5 minutes on this as our what's on your mind this evening. I will ask you a question. How do you see CMC political party with the numbers they pulled today in Sanikole, a lot of women, a lot of senior political actors in Nema County? Where do you see CMC heading in Liberia as a political party? Let's welcome to the show Mr. DK Way. DK Way is the newest, let's say, advisor to Ashkan Kubaseleko. While Ashkan advising Musa Ability, DK Way is also advising Ashkan. So, like I said, welcome to the show this evening, DK. Let's start with you, big brother. What's on your mind? But please, you monitor CMC today. You saw the crowd pool in Sanikole. You live in Sanikole. You know how Sanikole is. To put up such a crowd in Sanikole, I mean, it means a lot. Let's hear you. Where do you see CMC heading as a political party?
All right. Thank you, Junior. Thank you. And hello to everyone, to people in Liberia. You know, CMC is another distraction in the Liberian ballot politics. And one thing I'd like to say is that wearing T-shirt is just another thing. Those folks you see over there are called what I call political nearing activities. People want T-shirt, people want free things. So those folks that assembled there today, those crowd, they went there because of the name of Musa Ability and because they think, oh, quote unquote, they man get money. They go chop our own. But deep down, CMC will not gain relevance in Nimba. It's not something to even consider as a major movement. They are a group of people planted. Are coming. They are planted. CMC is no different from CDC.
Yelese drop. I wanted to ask Yelese because his analysis is okay, but seeing top political figures joining this party and you still saying that CMC will not go anywhere, CMC will not gain any relevance in Nema County. But indeed, top political actors in Nema are joining CNC. Yeah, let's say if you are back, let's hear from you. But again, let's welcome to the show, Mr. Arvin Zor. Welcome to the show this evening. Tonight you're going to be our let's say, our veteran panelist because we're bringing in a health practitioner. I'm not a health practitioner. Shadrach is not a health practitioner. DK Way is not a health practitioner. So you're going to ask him most of the questions here tonight. Welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you, Jay.
Great. Since let's say I'm going back, Shadrach, let's hear from you. What do you make of CMC? Where do you see CMC political party heading in Liberia?
All right, thank you, Junior. You know, the political history for Neymar, pulling a crowd is not a factor of somebody winning or gaining ground.
I beg you, Shadrach, since you have not gone far, Ulysses is back already. Ulysses, please complete your talk in 2 minutes, then we can go to Shadrach.
All right, like I was saying, putting a crowd is not just what matters. You look at what if you have followed Liberian politics keenly. Anywhere CDC went, they had a very large crowd, and anywhere a group of political actors gathered together, there's always a large crowd. And those crowds that are coming, how genuine are those people to remain faithful to that institution? It's another question. But if you look at CMC as a whole, I call it a very hungry group of guys trying to make ends meet at the end of the day. Because those guys that are joining today, they are not new. They are not new people in the Liberian politics. They are old people who have just running from party to party. You look at Armstrong Gobaslepo. Armstrong is not somebody to be trusted in Liberian politics. This guy is always on the very losing side of any political activities in Liberia. The only winning party or winning candidate Armstrong has ever supported was the just ended senatorial election in Nima with Senator Koga. Other than that, any institution Armstrong Goba support, it either end in chaos or they lose. And that's the side of Armstrong. So I don't see CMC as a major party to shadow MDR and UP in Nima. MDR still stand their dominance in Nima. Likewise,
They
UP.
have a major political, let's say, actors in their party. So why would you say they will not get any relevance in Nima? Look
Listen,
at the lack of Madam Yatuba. Yatuba is the immediate former first lady of District 2.
Yatuba is immediate first lady of former first lady of District 2. She's known in a Sanikore man belt. And if you go deep down in the Sanikore man belt, there are specific areas that Yatuba the Tukpas are recognized and known in those districts, especially where they hail from, where their husband came from, where they consider as their stronghold. But if you go, listen, I lived in Sanikore for some time. I went around those places. If you go deep down in other places like going towards the Yekepa Belt, which is not part of District 3, that's another different thing. So this time, those people joining CMC is just let's do it and get and see how we can pull crowd in Nima. But deep down, MDR and UP still stand, they still have the dominance in Nima, not CMC. They just mere bluff they on today.
Before you conclude, let me ask you this question. As a new political party, do you think the trend they are moving in, they will gain relevance in the country, not just Nima?
They might gain relevance in some other areas. Maybe like I'm talking about places like Bapolu, Margibi, and Monrovia. They might gain some relevance, but it comes to Nima County, they will not, because Nima is highly MDR and UP.
Thank you. Let's go to you, Shadrach. 2 minutes on this issue. Shadrach, please tell our guest in the back, Mr. Alex, that his camera is not on, so we cannot bring him up. Tell him to enable the camera, I beg you. But let's hear.
I will. Yeah. So, Vibe, like they said it, everybody seeing CMC now as the, how they call, making sure. My brother, it says soon. I agree. Musa has money. He will spend the money, and those who are hungry will go for it. So the political factor in Liberia, when it starts soon that day, it's fine. But at the end of the day, when the real time comes, that's why we know who is politician in Liberia. Like Vibe said, they will gain no permanence in other community based on other factors or affiliation and whatsoever. But trust me, CMC is not factor in Nima no political landscape for people to be worrying about. For current people, not bringing a party or political party event whatsoever, people will go there. It's a Liberian, it's a Nigerian. People will go there to go attend. They will wear t-shirts. Normally people will love t-shirts in Liberia here, besides though being a new political party. People All I think the way, but that doesn't mean that all the crowd you put today, they are genuinely supporter of CMC in terms of voting.
This is not only in Nima that CMC have put such a crowd. Recently, they did again in Buchanan. They put up crowds there.
Yes, that was like I said, like political, even people attend based on different fighters. There are other leaders I know they are not seen before. People go see some go there, know they go have some I don't call it ends me that my brother back there said, and other people go there to go wear t-shirts and to see other activities going on. There are different reasons people go see gallery. So the people be part definitely.
Thank you so much, Shadrach. Please tell our guest to put his camera on before we bring him. Let's hear from you. I will keep DK on the back because DK got his own opinion on this thing. He had a podcast this afternoon about it, so we'll keep DK for last minute of time. Let's hear from you, Siawete.
Thank you, Jim. I think it was important you bring DK first, and then we can.
No, I don't want you to go attack DK. I don't want you to say.
No, listen.
Let me talk. Siawete didn't want to protect their job.
Let me talk.
Why DK?
That feeling talking. That you can prepare, right?
I get John DK the opportunity. Then
So,
you speak.
so John.
Yes, sir.
People who don't read history, we think CNC is a joke. The thing that you're saying, when Shadrach are saying about CNC, this is not the way people used to think way back. If people feel like our traditional politics, that's the Zor men are sitting here asking. The Unity Party people you're thinking about, the NDR people you're thinking about. There are people around the world that put their money together again for the people's support. All of them, including myself, I'm disappointed. You think a miracle come there on there? You think that miracle Baka there on? See, I will tell those of you who are the government apologists, who are surrogate for this government, the number of people Baka taken to Japan, does it make sense to you?
Yeah, I beg you. That's another topic.
Baka just go to have prayer because the people will have we should have prayer. Hold on. I will go to CNC.
DK, go away. CMC. Be Baka, we'll get to that.
All the things that the CNC meet are drinking so. I CNC, I want to CNC for CNC are drinking so. Baka just told us to have prayer. We must fast and pray. We just fasted. We went on hunger strike for him to take that kind of number to put on in one plane to carry. And
23 top officials plus
I think it's not 23. I think it's above 50. And you think CNC that is visible, that is doing tangible, that is available and testable, and you see CNC is a joke. Who told you, Chadra, that you can be hiding your identity? I'm a member of the Unity Party. I am a member. You know I'm a member of the Unity Party.
I know you're a member of the Unity Party.
I am a member of the Unity Party, but we're not when the wrong is happening, you're not. Who told you guys that the CDC is not powerful anymore? Who told you in 2005 that who took second place? Go back, John, Google all of us here. Google who took second place in 2000, who took the first place in 2005. In the 2005 election, who took the first place in Nima? It was CDC. That nonsense people can say it was Koto is a lie. Koto is second place. CDC came second in Nima in the first round. And the brother, so you think all the people are not there when the CDC came? Even Prince Johnson joined CDC, the CDC went on the other side. That thing that you guys are on, and you, the Koga, the Kun people are on, and taking the people for life. Let me tell you their strategy. Their strategy is they want to bring the intellectual and all the other people that they're pushing away, they want to bring them back 2 years to their election. They're taking the people to be stupid. If look, political, you want not in heaven, when we get in heaven, you know what? God's judgment, it will be easy. You get it and say, oh, you are not praying. That Jesus said they were praying. They pour all the sin on the other side. The people that are seeing, they just go on waiting for all that in there. That penetration ability and his CMC are doing Nima. So why you think about Larry Yonkwe? So you say, oh, CNC will not do it. So Larry Yonkwe will vote for Kun, a Unity Party will Koga them because that Koga uncle they will go and say, oh, my man from Lison. and say,
Thank you, DK.
Just sit there.
Thank
I'm
you.
a member, I'm not leaving anybody go anywhere, but we will not say that thing there. You guys will take it lightly. And I love what ability is doing. Go to Yao the Pula, Islam Bridge. All of us here from Boo Yao. You know how long Islam Bridge was disconnected? Ability just constructed in 3 months. Sit there and people from Nana, Lepula, and the rest of the people, that car be flying on that bridge, and you say no, ability will not get food there. Just take CNC lightly. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, DK. Thank you so much. Let's go to you now, see. I will take you 2 minutes.
Thank you, Junior. You know, good evening, Alfonso. Thank God you are strong on your feet and you are back. And good evening to everyone.
I may need to bring a medical report before we take it serious.
So, I mean, it's a pleasure to be back. You know, Junior, we love the competition. The good thing is Liberia, our forefather fought for the multi-democracy today that we are enjoying as a country. And we applaud Mr. Bedete for, funding the CMC. That's good. But, one thing we also need to look at, like DK was saying, when it comes to history, I also want to turn him back to the political maneuvering in Liberia and mainly in Nimba. Most time in Nimba, we have seen political party in Liberia coming to the limelight, and at the end of the day, we see how it ends. What I do know is that the CMC want to be a distraction to the body politics of Nimba, for which you already know that there are 2 dominant political parties in Nimba. And mind you, the MDR is the home of Nimba.
Let me ask you a question, Siawete, like I did to Yelese. So don't think that I'm only doing it to you.
I'm waiting.
Do you support Nimba unity?
I'm a champion of that.
You are a champion of that.
Yes.
Now, do you think these strong political figures that have been left out in this particular administration, if they swear away to CMC, do you think CMC will not gain any political relevance in the country?
What do you mean left out? That's what I don't understand.
Okay, look at the lack of Larry Yonkoi.
But that's why I'm asking what you mean left out.
Look at the lack of Armstrong. Listen, we can put all politics aside. Look at Armstrong Select. Armstrong got numbers in the entire Zambia.
No, listen now, Dion, you got Armstrong Select who contested in 2017 and accumulated, I think, around 200 or 300 votes. What's the numerical strength of Armstrong? With no disrespect to our old man Larry Yonkwe and the rest of the guys.
Mark Blue, for example.
Look, let me tell you one thing. Mike had operated under the shadow of Honorable Kun. Let me tell you today. Mark Blue went to an election and he lost with a decimal number. I'm telling you. Mark going to CMC, he's our own friend and good brother, but I mean, we cannot be his back for that. He got a political right. But one thing I want to tell you today is you need to follow the Nima politics and know how the politics play. Right now, if you look at the CMC, that's why I told you we encourage the establishment of the CMC. That's multi-party democracy. Every one of us, we champion, and it's good. But to outrightly say that CMC, look, if just watch they going election, what are the position of the CMC? How many vote? You got the MDR and the Unity Party, they supported Honorable Koga. How many votes did Honorable Koga won? 60,000 votes. So, I mean, you should, the CMC, I know your argument is you got a political leader who won in District 7, but Honorable Koga performed overwhelmingly in District 7. So, the NIMA, for us, I think we are discussing NIMA. When it comes to NIMA politics, the way how things and how people vote during election is quite different. So we want to see that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love the last part you said. We will want to see that. Let's go to Alvin Zor. Let's hear you. If only you want to make any political statement, then we can hear your side of the story.
Of course, we are all political beings, so anything that pertains politics, I will still have to inject a little bit of analysis into it too. Well, I like to differ a little bit.
My man, back on Siri now, but T reduce
Siri don't mozi. All right, I like to differ a little bit with the previous speakers, especially those defending, those who fought the Unity Party and thinking that the CMC is not a threat to Unity Party or the MDR performance in the future of NEMA politics. You're speaking of a political leader who is currently a sitting lawmaker and won overwhelmingly in the election that brought him to prominence. That was his first time in the race. And because of his handmark in the district, people thought it wise to bring him to power. Why make us think that he's not able to accumulate votes with the same thing he has done in his district, for which he's not just limiting his developmental agendas in Nimba, just in District 7, but all across Nimba. So this is just a clearing call to the Unity Party and the MDR that they should not just sit there. Don't just feel relaxed. And those who you thought were against you during 2023 election that were once part of the Unity Party, this is about time for reconciliation. Bring those, guys, those same guys that you thought before, okay, we all were a loggerhead, and now politics is all about interest, where they had an interest at the time. Now the 2023 is over. We are setting a new page. What is the reconciliatory role that we are playing? Will we keep pushing these brains that were one of the part of back and think that we don't need them anymore? Well, if we don't need them anymore, then if a new political party comes, they have their rights. They can choose whoever they want to choose. And those folks have followers. They got people who they are influencing. So I'm not saying, the CMC is just going to win Nimba. But if we're not careful, that's going to be definitely something to watch out for. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's go to you, Chris Lee. Your 2 minutes starts from you. We'll go to my friend and brother, Afonso. From Afonso, we'll go to the lone female. She will close us on base. Then we can bring our guest on, Mr. Alex Lewegban. Let's hear you, Chris.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to fellow panelists and good evening to Biba Allen. How you doing? Biba GK made a point, and a few speakers have already added to what he said. I was a little bit different with my own dear good friend, Brother Siawete. When you talk about Armstrong said that we'll get 200 votes, I think with this service to Armstrong. He's one of the permanent sons of Nimba. He has been involved into Afro cases across Nimba. He remains consistent. Sometimes, of course, he differ because based on political, methodology. And I believe that actually I'm going with Unity Party today. My dear good friend, still to be person, I'm strong today. But when Unity Party, so it's a different side of the story. And he talked about Nimba unity. He said he believes in Nimba unity. I don't believe that those folks from Unity Party believe in Unity Party right now, or Nimba unity right now in Nimba. I'm going to speak from experience. If we're pushing Nimba unity, we want for Nimba united. No matter the tribal background you come from, if you own a high level up there, we should push that individual. What I'm trying to say, as soon as they want to become a speaker, or they're a speaker, most of the caucus men from Nimba test yourself on that process. They went on the other side, only 2 persons, 2 or 1 person. Is that a Nimba unity we want? No. So I'm not able to talk about maybe the political arena in Nimba with CMC, MDR, or Unity Party. Let me say this. If the VP want to have control on Nimba, I'll be real. If Unity Party want to have control in Nimba, I think the VP have to go across The entire job in Nimba. No matter this going elections was supported you or not. Go across now, bring those people on board. What are you waiting for? Yesterday, Senator talk about CNC poor candidate the election. What was the position? They were just to establish that party in less than 5 months. They put Mike doing a race. So they're getting prepared for 5 years, then 1 year, you can compare it. Today, you see them going across getting those permanent source of Nimba. Larry Young, one of the familiar force in Nimba. You want the adequate source we have. You want the educated source for Nimba. You cannot overload Larry Young. Now they bring Larry Young on board.
You not start Chris, you will campaign here. Chris want to contest.
No. I can't be. So,
I'm watching Chris.
You want to contest on CMC ticket, right?
Yeah,
No.
Gentlemen, I beg you.
So,
you got 30 seconds.
so the issue that is, what the people, who have done what you have done, get out there, get to Elif, get to Garrison Yedu, get to Mike Bloom, get to Larry Young. What are you still waiting for? Are you waiting for 2 years to election to bring up on board? I think it'll be late. If you want to have control on Nima, go out there now, those sorts of Nima, get around them, bring them on board. But if you wait, Musa Bella can move. And those guys, they are going into Nimba. They are going beyond. So again, the boys in the VP and the other party. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alfonso, you have 2 minutes on this issue. Do you see CMC being a formidable political party in Nimba?
Thank you very much, brother. I want to say good evening to those of you in Liberia. Good afternoon to my man DK way on the other side with Chris Lee. Again, CNC they have right to operate anywhere, and whether they are formidable foes or not, I don't care, because the very people who join them now are the people who were campaigning for ANC at the time, CPP. And Musa Bede was their chairman. How many votes did they accumulated in Nima? Left up to you to check it out. I don't know what was Larry Yankwe impact with ANC, where he was campaigning vigorously in the country for that party. The same with Armstrong Gobaslepo and the very people that joined today, they all supported that movement. But I don't know what was the outcome. When it comes to political dominance in Nimba, the Unity Party and the MDR will remain dominant as long as they are collaborating.
How united is MDR right now? You guys keep mentioning MDR. You listened to Kelvin on here last night. He clearly chose jobs. You listen to the senator when he appeared here. He said we should leave sleeping dog to lie. How united is the MDR political party?
Let me say there are key political figures in the country that people follow. That's why all of people intruding into the country with a political, leverage and other things. A political leverage, they very stay soon to start campaigning for the time that have not come. I believe the VP and the Unity Party people, their concern is how to govern. If CNC will become prominent in Nimba, everything will depend on the way this government will proceed in the next 4 years.
Thank you.
Because if they don't proceed rightly, then another party will emerge. But if they proceed rightly, everything CMC is doing will just remain a dead, something. Nobody want to be, focusing on it. So it just left with the government to operate well. That's all.
Thank you. Let's go to Madam Lorena Donker. Lorena, let's hear you got 2 minutes on this issue.
Good evening, fellow panelists, and good evening to the listening audience. So the way I want to say it is this: being formidable is relative. The any word. Being beautiful is relative. They say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So it depends on where you sit and say something is formidable, and it depends where you sit and say it's not. So I'll leave it as that. But what I want to say is that I like the courage on Representative Musa Bedete, especially the Bureau of Citizens of District 7. And Nimbayans, we are innovative people. and in bias, we like to be the hair and not the tail. So I want to applaud him for the courage to not just be a lawmaker, but see the need of establishing his own political party after and Liberty Party was destroyed for greed from both ends. That's how I like to go first. And then for trying to compare the VP with Musa having a political party in Nima is like trying to push the VP into problem. We have a certain precedent. The VP is just a helper or helpmate to the president. He cannot see him going around and trying to show strength. We are talking about governance. After we have won the election, we are trying to see how we can govern, how we can strengthen the system, how we can improve the system. That's what we are up to now. We are now up for political rallies. No, it's time for governance. And then two, people
Madam
who...
Lorena, I want to ask you on this quickly before you conclude. We already have our guests on here. Is it the change that the Unity Party talk about that we're seeing currently in this administration?
Say again?
Is this the change that the Unity Party talk about that we are seeing currently in this administration? Traveling with 23 cabinet ministers. We are not talking about a special aides to the president, only the ministers. The entire country right now is empty. You will not see no minister in the country right now. The whole country empty.
Okay, so while I will not give you a definite yes, I will not also tell you no. Unity Party preach a politics of change, and we can see that change. The fact that LDCC and GSC can independently do that work and come up with a report and no auditor is dead is the change we talk about. The fact that the people in Grand Pastor since 1847 can see electricity is the change we talk about. The fact that our car can leave from red light and reach Zwedru the same day in less than 8 hours is the change we talk about. So while everything is not 100% as I hope for and I'm optimistic we will get, I also want to say that United Party is doing well. The only thing in the voice of the African Development Bank president, the president yet need to check his immediate surrounding, who he takes advice from, and then maybe on another trip will not carry 22 or 24%. That's what I would say in respect to that.
Well,
thank you very much. Our guest is here. We cannot do disrespect to our guest tonight. Again, let's welcome to the show Mr. Alex Lewegbin. Mr. Alex Lewegbin is the county health service supervisor. I think he's here tonight to discuss issues surrounding health in Nema County, if possibly Liberia. Mr. Avizo is here as our professional panelist that will be asking most of the questions to Mr. Ellis Ban here tonight on the show. Ellis, good evening and welcome to BKS Television.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to be on your platform this evening. And let me,
thank you for,
I'm very happy to see my brother Yelesefa, DKY, Shadra, and the rest of the guys. I'm very happy to see you guys this evening.
Thank you for being here too, Chief. For the benefit of those that are listening to you and those that are following us too on Facebook and YouTube, please introduce yourself, where you're from, your position in the county. Let's start with that.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Alex Lawagman. I hail from Yao Blole, Buyao District, number 5, Nema County. And I am a nurse by profession and also a public health technician. And I currently serve in the county as County Health Services Administrator in the Nema County Health Team.
Thank you. As it stands right now, we turn the floor over to Alvin Zor. He will start the line of questioning. Alvin, you can give the guests your 2 questions, and let's start from there.
All right, Mr. Boy, it's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Alvin Zor, and I'm also a nurse by profession as well. Well, thank you so much for the activities, the healthcare activities in the county. We know there's still a lot of challenges that our healthcare system face, but you guys are doing extremely well, as we can see. But my first question has to do with the healthcare department itself. So healthcare actually encompasses service delivery, the consumers, and the care providers. When it comes to these 3 components of health, how are you guys relating these 3 aspects of care?
Okay, thank you very much. While it is true I'm a nurse and a public health technician, I currently serve as an administrator.
Correct.
And don't be surprised. There are some issue that we will discuss tonight. I'm not going to go deep into it.
Okay.
I will tell you about the administrative aspect of health in NEMA when it comes to budgetary allocation, when it comes to logistics, when it comes to human resource, when it comes to procurement process. Those are areas that are currently work. While it is true, these are my areas, I have no issue responding to some of the questions that you are asking. But yes, so with what you just said, I think you rightly say it's a challenge. There are some challenges that we find ourselves in the county, but thank God that at least the government is doing well. We are making progress, which I will be letting you to know tonight. While it is true there still exist challenges, we are making progress. When it comes to service delivery, there's a great change. When it comes to right now, one of the most important things that our focus is on right now has to do with the care for maternal and newborn.
Right.
Because we took over when we observed that the maternal death rate was very high in NEMA, which we had some major issues that were contributing towards that. And those were things that we were working hard to be able to get in solved so that we will reduce the level of maternal death. And thank God that at least if we can reach, we are now in August in this year, and the maternal death rate has not reached even 20. So it's a great move that we are carrying on. And again, thank God for the superintendent of our county. She has been very instrumental in supporting that aspect. So I can tell you that we are making some progress.
Okay, you spoke of procurement and logistics. So that's still part of the service delivery system. When it comes to, because I remember back then when I was in Sankole, the GW Hardy Hospital usually used to have like just 1 ambulance, which used to really pose a lot of challenges, especially bringing folks from villages to towns to seek immediate medical attention. As we stand, can you just give us like an estimate for how many, ambulances you guys have, especially, let's just speak of our case study, Sankole area, that we can be able to quickly get folks to.
Thank you very much. Like I said, we are making progress. When we took over, we have like 2 functional ambulances. But prior to our coming to leadership, we received 1 new brand one from government. So to be exact, we have like 7 functional ambulances in the county. And what we did was we strategically locate them Like for NEMA, we have 11 health districts. And in the 11 health district, we have one of the ambulances in GW Halle that is assigned there at the CHT. And then we have Campley, which is Belege Health District. We have one of the ambulances there. We have one in Seclepia Comprehensive. And then we have another one stationed in Ban. And as we speak, the other two that we just received, because we sent them out for repair, we want to send one to Zikepa, and the next one will be going to Buyao.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Most of the questions here will be asked by Alvin, but I know some of us, we got some questions that we want to ask about and all of that. Let me ask you one question that we can go across with the panelists. Again, we'd like to welcome you to the show, Mr. Alex Ban.
Thank you.
With this ambulance issue, who has the responsibility to take care of it, like the maintenance work?
Hold on, Alice and Gio. So, do you have Lorena at the back?
No, Lorena dropped.
Okay, Lorena is a medical professional too, so when she comes, you can drop in and pick her also. You can.
Okay, I'll drop in. Thank you. Now, over to you.
Again, please.
The maintenance work, let's say the maintenance work of the ambulance that you guys have.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is the CSG responsibility. That is the county health team responsibility to maintain these ambulances. But then what happened is that we do major servicing of our vehicle. But then all the different facilities that the reason for which we didn't just take the ambulance and attach and send it to the district, but we tried as much as possible to attach them to health facility, most especially the bigger one, is that they are carrying on what we call a fee for service. There are some activity that they carry on that they can collect fees for. And when the fees is received, what they do is that when there is minor services that needed to be done on the ambulances, they take it themselves and do it, except for some major condition. But when we saw that all of the ambulances we're talking about were down, we did a general service. We did general repair on those ambulances before sending them to the various location. So what we do as a county, as a CHT, that is the county health team, health office, is that we do purchase of vehicle parts, most especially when it comes to tire and other important parts that are needed that at the hospital level that it cannot afford to do. So the allocation we receive from government, we do purchase some parts, some key parts that are needed for those ambulances. That's what we normally do. But it is the CHT responsibility to do major repairs.
Now, a follow-up to my questions with the issue of fueling the ambulances that you guys have. Whose responsibility it is?
Say that again.
Fueling the ambulance, to put gasoline in the ambulance. Who has
thank you.
Of that?
Yeah, like I said to you, all of the facilities that I just named, like for example, GW Halle receive an allocation from government, and then Secretary Comprehensive Campley, they do like 75% of fueling of the ambulance. And sometimes, most especially in a case where there will be a need, we sometimes ask when we are out of gasoline or fuel, what we do is that we allow, per the distances that we are taking into consideration, we allow patient relatives to contribute. But they do like 50%, depending on the distance that they are covering.
With this payment, do you give the patients a receipt or anything?
Realistically, what we do know is that there are law. That is, for example, you have this thing like to take patient from GW Halley and Keto to Ganta Methodist. What you need to pay as a patient relatives will be like 3 gallons. And the 3 gallons is this information is disseminated all over the place. Everybody is aware. And when that happens, you are aware that even if you have whatever distance it have to be, once that particular fuel that you're supposed to pay is what you're supposed to pay, you need not to add additional money, because we have it clear in our fund. So it's not really like you give it, they give you receipt. So what we told our patient relatives and we public is that whatever information I have to do with gasoline, and what will make our numbers available in all of the different facilities. When you get there, if anybody charge you over more than the amount we talk about, you just let us know, and we have it corrected right there.
So I beg you guys. I beg you guys, before we go to Madam Lorena, then we can go across the panelist pool. I really want to understand this thing because many people have been complaining in Nima specifically about this feeling of ambulance thing. What step is the county health team taking to try?
And I get to you, please. I'm not getting you.
Fonte, can you take over?
I think it's got problem with it. He got problem with a laptop. He was just asking you with all of the payments that people do, what measure are you putting in place to strengthen or to stop that?
Yeah, there are some challenges, most especially when it comes to the issue of petroleum. When we took over last year, we received some money, and from the USAID, proud to the leaving of USAID from the health sector, most especially when it comes to the FARA issue. When they left, proud to their leaving, we did some purchase of gasoline, or let's say petroleum. And what we did was that the ambulance that we have on ground, most especially assigned as GW Halley, we were using the ambulance, no patient, it was not chargeable until when we went down, when it comes to fuel, it was when we told relatives that, because it was clear, we make them to understand that the gasoline, the amount of fuel we had that was available, all is finished. There is no way, because we receive allotment from government before we do purchase. And it got a lot of bureaucracy in doing, like right now as we speak, we are carrying on our procurement process. The bid is being sent out. The PPCC have approved our budget. We are sending out our procurement have gone to town. Procurement officer have gone to town. You're going through the process until we can receive another supply of fuel. We make patient relatives to understand that because of the constraint we have when it comes to fuel, you need to play a certain role why we see reason of getting additional fuel. But when we had fuel, we were not charging, most especially at the county health team level.
Thank you. Let's get to you. Let's say then we can go to Lorena. You just say ask your 2 questions in a row, then he respond to it. We'll go to Lorena.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Gman, how you doing?
I'm okay, thank God.
Yeah, long time. It's been a while.
I'm a deacon.
Sorry, Deacon. Sorry. Before you hold me in contempt. Sorry. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see you again. Having to miss you some part of last year when I visited your workstation. I, for one, don't have questions. Just want to say that applaud you and your team at Sanicole. I visited the ground and I saw what was happening and what has happened since then. I am from the background of health and specialized in health administration. When I see my fellow administrator, it's very challenging to, manage an institution, especially talking about a very broad perspective of that kind. NEMA, especially which is with the population and everything. So I just want to say thank you to you and your team for what you do. We encourage you people to double up the effort and make sure that everything is done right to meet the health of our people in the
Thank
country.
you.
I'll stop there for now.
Thank you, Yedese. Lorena, because of Lorena network, Lorena, please ask your 2 questions and then he will answer because of your network.
Good evening, Mr. Ellis Brown.
Good evening.
It's nice seeing you again.
Thank you.
Since since July 16 in our introductory meeting, this is my question, or this is one of my questions. Um, I heard you talk about patients ready are asked to get gasoline or fuel for the ambulance, maybe 3 gallons for referral purpose. Take into consideration the fact that NEMA contributed to the high number of maternal mortality in Liberia in 2024, and you as a public health expert, don't you think purchasing of fuel by patient ready is an indirect factor or contributing factor to maternal mortality in the country?
Thank you very
And
much.
what
You
can you
see,
do? Hello? And
yeah,
what
go
can
ahead.
you
She want to
do? As a,
combine the two
what can
questions and give to you. Yeah, go ahead, Lorena.
And what can you do as a public health technician? You're not just a nurse, you're a public health technician. What can you do differently so that patients relative wouldn't buy fuel? And because the ambulance doesn't move every day, it moves on special occasion. So what can you do, using your surveillance mind? What can you do so that patient relative are not charged to buy fuel? So we don't contribute to high number of maternal mortality at the end of 2025.
Thank you very much. So when it comes to the high level of maternal mortality that we experienced in 2024, we got to understand that the availability of ambulance service into all of the 11 health districts was a challenge. And when we saw that making sure that ambulance is available was very necessary, we took that as a priority, and we were able to service or repair the number of ambulances we have in the system. And then when we saw the availability of gasoline or fuel was a very serious issue, and we did a purchase. When we did a purchase last year, the ending of last year, what we did was that we were able to visit the media to let the public know that we have fuel available. Because one of the things we try to bring to the health system in NEMA is dissemination of information, which is very important. We make the population, the public to know that we have fuel in the system. So until we can come back to let you know, no one pay for gasoline or no one pay for ambulance fee when it comes to transportation until otherwise ordered. And we have been living with that. People will call, and then as far as blood dealer, they will call for patient, and we will send the ambulance without asking. But now that, those are material that people use daily, Those are commodities that people use daily, most especially where we work. So now that we have a shortage of petroleum or the commodity that had to do with fuel, we were also able to let the public to know that we are now a little bit down. So until we can get things ready, let's work together. Let's work together. In fact, I'm saying that because I want to be clear with you, but on many occasions, already health facility, like there's a case yesterday that I received call from Darabo, the medical director for GW Halley. He called me. Administrator, it's true that we do not have few, but there's a need that this patient does not have even relatives. Even to find somebody to carry this patient is a difficult thing. No relative is even coming to take care of this patient before I talk about asking for money. So what I said to him, we have to talk. And I told him that let's see reason. Now that you're doing one or two things at your facility, can you see reason to be able to fuel that vehicle for the patient to be uplifted to GFK? And he saw reason. But in the absence of that, sometimes we do that to build, because the ambulance, we always want to have reserve, because there will be some cases that we have to go extra mile because relatives will not be around, like how it happened. But until things can really be put into place, because the health system, while it is true, there is progress, but we still have some challenges, to be clear with you. But we are working our modality. At least the aspect I have to do with availability of ambulance is now laid to rest, because we have ambulance that can serve us now, even though we still need some, because we got some areas that are hard to reach. Even if I have my own will, I will want for each facility we have to have our own ambulance, because it is very, very important. But we are making progress. We are trying. Thank you.
All right.
All right, thank
Let's
you.
get to those. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
Lorena,
no
you want to still
ambulance.
ask?
Yes.
Say
Yeah,
that.
ask a question.
Yes, so I know ambulance services are not cheap, and they are not free either. Even in the Western world, they are costly. But the difference with we and the Western people is that, for example, in America, if you have an emergency and the ambulance comes to pick you up, the ambulance is not demanding that you pay before they carry you. They carry you and they bill you. So that's the difference. That's the kind of ticket power
So
with
this is
us.
yeah. Let me come in. This is one of the mechanisms that we are putting into place. We are very
It's
frank
coming.
about it. We are serious about it. Nobody goes to receive a patient. None of our ambulance driver goes to receive a patient, and the issue that have to do with transporting the patient be stopped because the person not get it to pay. No, we advise them seriously. Once, the most important thing, carry the patient. Let's save the life before we talk about what needs to be done.
Okay, great. If that's what, then that's beautiful. But on the contrary, I've heard different stories. And we're doing this maternal health project in Lima. So before we came up to the point that I met with you, the county health team, we went across few facilities and we did patient survey. So I heard different stories. But for the purpose of NIMA, or the purpose of our working relationship, as I come in the county often, I will sit with you as a public health technician, as a maternal health expert, and we can work on strategy. But I heard different stories from 9 facilities that we visited. So let's just leave that. And I would say, in regard to where we got ambulances presently, since 2005, I started working in Lima. There have been ambulances in those areas, in Zodia, in Bound, in Sekipie, in Campley, and GW Halley. So I would suggest, just in case you have another allotment next year, it would be good that you have ambulance in Zikepa, because Zikepa is one of the farthest area we have in Lima. And so
As I speak to you,
Stella,
as I speak to you, As I speak to you, I said we just repaired 2 of our ambulances and we're sending one to Zikepa. And the other one is going
Okay,
to Burial.
That's because you didn't mention Zikepa, and all the area you mentioned are places that ambulance have always been. Sometimes they will be down, but they have always been there. So Zikepa will be a
Thank
great
you.
idea, and that will be a plus for you and the CHO. Thank you.
Thank you, Larina. Thank you for your question intervention. Let's get to you, CRT, to ask your 2 questions.
Thank you, Junior, and good evening to Mr. Gban.
Good evening.
Yeah, Junior, we started with question for me. My concern has to do with the overview of our medical, sector in Nimba. I first wanted to, like he said, he's not here to speak on key medical issues, so I just wanted to carry into some administrative side. So I wanted to know the number of hospitals, clinics, health centers, and how to reach communities, and also the catchment population, of the county. And then another thing is your staffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, your staffing, like the nurses, and physician, I know physician assistant, or medical doctors and things that we have in the country. Because most time the issue of staffing, we see more volunteers, workers too in the country. What could be on your administration with all these land? Because the first thing I want to know is the first thing I outline, and then the second thing is the issue of staffing in our community. And I think that would be one of the challenges that we face, holistically as a country, and then coming down to Nimba. So that's my
Okay.
first 2 question. I just want you to give a little overview of our facilities. And
Thank you very much. To begin with, Nima is a big county, and when it comes to the health district, we have 11 health district. And out of the 11 health district, when we took over, we had like 76 health facilities. And out of these 76, you got 6 to be hospital, you got 5 to be health center, and because while it is true we saw the facility, but there's still need of having some facility in the county because the population is large. You're talking about the population that had to do with 657,816 person. And from that time, from 2022, census report are telling you up to present, the number have increased. It has gone above. And having 76 health facility, we also came, we observed that there were other facilities that we saw that were working in the county, but they were not recognized. And we were able to tour this facility. We got a clinical supervisor, we got the M&E officer, the data officer, along with the administrative team, including my boss, Dr. Puni Ravali Dolo. We tour the entire county, and we got to understand that there's a need of seeing reason of working along with the other facilities that were not part of the 76 to be able to be placed on a server, because they also provide data. So with the effort, we were able to place 14 additional health facility on the server. So we have like 90 health facility right now in Nimba. And then when it comes to the aspect that have to do with the workforce, when we took over, we had a total number of 394 person that were working in the health sector of Nimba. And out of the 394, you had 301 1,394. And then when we took over, we saw this number and we added it 300. Let me say 1,394. We have 1,362 that are on government payroll. And we have a total number of 376 persons that were considered volunteers. And when we saw it, we engaged the national health, that is at the ministry level. They asked us to submit our name. In fact, they gave us the instruction to do pen for our volunteers. And blessedly, even though it was not much, but out of the 376, this year we were able to get like 43% that were placed on government payroll. We still have some volunteers, which is still a challenge. But at least these are guys who been in the system for like, some been here for 3 years, some 6 years, even some people has worked as far as coming from almost 9 years. They have been in the system. So I just appreciate this government that at least they have started to place these volunteers on payroll. So that is it with the category of health worker. So when it comes to, I can't really give you the exact number of nurses out of these people, out of this number. I can't be exact to say, yes, these are the PAs that are working in the system. But what I do know is that because of the need for the maternal health, maternal and childborn health, all of our midwives that were volunteer were able to be placed on government payroll because this was so cardinal. And then out of the 76, the 376 volunteers, we had like 3 PAs that were among them. 3 of them were also placed on payroll. But all of our doctors that are working in NEMA, they are all government paid doctors.
Thank you. Let's now go to Shadrach Tobe from Shadrach. We'll go to Grace. From Grace, we'll go to Printers.
Is there 2 questions?
Oh, that 1 question you asked you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Ask your last question, Chief.
Okay, thank you. Just be short. Thank you, Mr. Gban. I think you've been doing well, you and your boss. It's just a brief question. You know, most time our health sector, the reason I'm asking most of these questions is because he said for me, I'm now a medical person, so most of my questions will be administrative and towards the final side. We are being challenged as a country, in our medical sector in regards to the donor fundings. And most of those donor funding, if I can recall, some could be the FARA support that come from the USAID, and some of those, multilateral support to government in terms of support to the medical side. What I want to know is, with the cancellation of USAID, what? Because, for example, like the malaria program, the HIV control, and some of those, public health threatening, support. What are mechanisms now that the health, system is now putting in place?
Okay, thank you very much. With the drawdown of USAID funding, I thank God that we still have some partners that are working with us. Plan International is, when it comes to the malaria aspect, they are doing well. Plan International is still in the county. We have FHR 360. The only difference that we see when it comes to the support from FHR 360 is that there is no more key population. Those who have knowledge when it comes to HIV, they know what I'm talking about. There is no more key population. The only people that are taking the FHR only recognize men and women. That's the mandate from the US government. So that component, they didn't really allow it to go because the issue of HIV and AIDS is a serious concern. So they are still working. We still have FHI 360 supporting our staff in a various facility, in a selected facility that they are working with. and national AIDS control program. They also I in support they support the county health team when it comes to training. When it comes to a lot of different things, provision of medication and all of those things, supply chain activity, they are playing role in it. You know, I said I'm not going to talk much about it because if I have my supervisor who is close within that direction, they will talk to you more. But we still got some like CRS still in the county. They also supporting. They are working alongside with Plan International, and then right now, when it comes to infrastructure, improving our infrastructure, you have the AAH Action Against Hunger. Even yesterday, we went to two of our health facilities that they will be upgrading. They will be building a new health facility in Biaratuo, level 2 PhD, level 2 health center will be built there. And then another facility around Glole will also be renovated. So we have some of these guys, even though we still have it as a challenge. But on the other hand, the government is trying, is really doing well. Because
Thank you.
I can tell you for free, I think I stand to be corrected. This is the very first time for a superintendent to be able to support the county health team with an amount of $80,000. But the only thing is that the support is directed to a specific activity that has to do with the upgrading of the maternal waiting home. Yes, the upgrading of the maternal waiting home. So
thank you.
Those are some good things that are happening, but there's still a challenge.
Thank you very much. Again, folks, if you just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS Television. Tonight we'll have with us Mr. Alex Ban. Alex Ban is the County Health Services Administrator in Nima County. He's our guest tonight. Let's hear from you, Shadrach, your two questions.
Thank you, Junior. Good evening, Mr. Ban.
Good evening, my dear brother.
Yeah. So I listened to you explain about your staffing, adequately in the county health services. I can recall a year back when you guys took over newly, or sometime, either at the beginning of this year or last year, there was an issue where aggrieved workers were protesting because of they were taken from payroll or they were blocked by the county administrators, not to work. It caused a serious tension. I want to know what was the problem. A team rehab center in Ghana was part of that particular issue. Media rehab center, where a group of people said that their right were infringed because of people were taking it from job whatsoever. And one aspect, but again, in Ban, there was an administrator in Ban, one of the health workers who assigned Ban as a head that area. That person was changed from Ban to one of the different locations. And I heard some frustration that he will change forcibly whatsoever. Can you clarify the kind of allegation?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm a health practitioner, and this was one of the best places that I was wishing to work, most especially to work in my own county. And at the time, I didn't know anybody in the health system, most especially in NEMA. I'm not talking about the top level, but when it comes to NEMA, very few people that are new here. In fact, the CSGD, who is the community health director, I only heard his name. I didn't even know he and I from the same district, but he was here. The only person I knew that I can remember was the county clinical director, who happened to be one of our fathers. They call him County Dumi. He was the only person I knew. I didn't even know the CHO because the CHO was appointed before me. But then when we took over, we could not just sit in a CHT and work, but we needed to identify and know the issues that are on ground. And one of the places that we took administrative visit, to know and understand exactly what happened was the rehab. And when I got to rehab, in fact, it was the HR that brought that to my knowledge. He said a group of volunteers that are in rehab are planning to carry on a protest. And when I got the information, I asked for the OIC number. I communicated with her and I told her I was going to meet her. And the day I went, when I got there, I asked them to explain what was the issue. And they made me to understand that in the past administration that had to do with the Joshua-led government, about 31 of these ties were placed on payroll. But then, since they placed them on payroll, they have not been able to take pay. And the county health team have refused to make a follow-up when it comes to that. So the first thing I asked for was that, can any of you make available your employment letter? If it was true that you were placed on payroll, can you please give me your employment letter? And what they told me was that during the period of the election, one of our mother who happened to be Ile Gongro went along with some hierarchy to rehab, and they told them they were going to do a bulk employment for them, which they gave them a soft copy of an employment of 31 persons. Not even a hard copy document, but a soft copy that was sent through their telephone. So when I asked for this document, somebody said, yes, they sent all the information, even though the letter was not given in hard copy, but they sent all the soft copy. I said, all right, what you do for me, can you please print out this document? So when they printed the document, they brought it. When they brought the document, at first the question I asked was, are you aware that when it comes to employment, an individual should be able to have their own employment letter? Are you aware of that? He said, yeah, it's supposed to be like that, but the past leadership gave us they say we are employed. I said, all right. So I don't want to sit here to conclude your case. I will have to make a follow-up at the ministry, but give me 3 days. Let me go and meet with the HR director at Ministry of Health to see whether it is true that this particular information that I'm seeing here, it went to the ministry. So when I went, I showed the document, and he said, no, this is not how employment is done. In fact, the information you're talking about, it not even reach to me. What I only know is that the name of name that comes from rehab, the volunteer from rehab, we have been working hard to see reason that they are placed on payroll, but who does this? No one does such activity. You got 31 person to be placed on payroll with a one letter. It's not possible. It is not true. This is not a real thing. It's a fake thing. So please inform your staff that it is not a real thing. So it was when I went back to them in 3 days and make them to understand that there is no need that you protest, because what was done to you was not real. It was not real. They didn't treat you well. But in the absence of that, what we can do is that we can work together to see how best. Thank God that the government have mandated us to submit your listing so that you will be placed on payroll. But what I can say to you is that you're not going to be placed on payroll at once. And exactly what I said, out of the number, the 31%, about 5% were placed on government payroll this time. And we're still working hard towards that aspect. So when it comes to the issue of bank, I also decide to move around to see some of the facility that I hold in their own budget. At the time, we got comprehensive, Circular Peer Comprehensive, we got Campley Comprehensive, we got Bound Health Center, we got Zikepa Health Center. Those were facilities including by Vonwe. But by Vonwe funding were being managed by the county health team. But with the exception of by Vonwe, the remaining facility hold their own budget. But we all had oversight responsibility to monitor, to supervise. And when we went there, we got to understand that the funding that was being received, you know, before I go to that, I just want to appreciate the vice president. That's one of the facilities that the vice president is doing extremely well. We got a modern theater that is being constructed, that is being seen as we speak. So when we went, we saw the facility. At the time, the allocation was around 140,000, 120,000. So when we got there, I invited the administrator. I asked him, what is the issue? Can you please provide all of the financial information that you have here as it relates to how you spend the money, what are the things you're doing here? And he submitted document. And we get to understand that there was some activity that was not right. There was some activity that was not right. So what I told him was that, thank God, I went with the financial officer for NEMA. I went with the procurement and the compliance. So I told him there are things that are going
so
on.
Ellis, hold on. I think you on holiday, yo. And they just giving you free ride. You just enjoying, right?
Oh, why are you saying this?
So we have to be questioning you. So limit the time of questions so we can do cross-examination. You know you are a brother now. So when you get the whole time for you.
That Ellis friend asking.
Yeah, so
why you obstructing the conversation, DK?
Because you want to be pre-sinking here, and all I want to be going to all the tougher one. So as ask and our other question, we'll go to the next.
I prepare tonight. I can prepare.
I mean, I know you prepare, but we've been behind you for years, so you came today. So John, you
how many times? Send me when you open the platform before you talk about
I just feel like
you see that title there. You can't welcome me, sir.
The nurses give me holiday.
They give the interview
causing distraction.
Hold on now, Chief. I think they get an interview to the nurse practitioner, the two nurses, so they're giving you softball questions. So you're turning the question over to other politicians too. So we'll give them problem. So Lorena and Alan need to step back. John, have they asked? Have all the other panel asked? You not give it to the incoming representative of district 6. Siawete will not ask. Siawete will ask promotional question at Unity Party man.
He already asked.
I've asked what I asked
the other Doma guy, other people Doma at Unity Party be man in the country. So give it to us.
Don't politicize it. We're discussing health. Why you want to politicize this whole thing?
But your appointment, a political appointment. They tell you say
so we're discussing health right now.
But you didn't take test. You didn't take test to be the county health coordinator. That political appointment you get. You went to CSA test. So okay, let's go ahead. There's a little bit of distraction. Thank you so kindly for coming. They play is hard. So you come on the heat, you did well. So let's go across the board. You are just coming. So I want to be punching the man in the face with my own question. So let's go ahead. Don't get it.
Thank you.
And other people.
Thank you. We got less than 30 minutes on the show. So I beg you guys, let's make the question short. And to our guests, I beg you, please make your explanation short for us. We beg you.
Make a pen. You putting all the things there down and you're giving you softball questions.
So Shadrach, I think you asked your question already. Let's go.
You allow Shadrach to ask?
No, you didn't ask my question. Don't man D. We have to ask Alex. Nobody has a thing, sir. Don't have to ask.
Back on.
No, but shout out you asked now. You didn't ask your 2 questions.
I have one question. You cut you off.
By addressing the other question, you didn't allow me
I
to.
asked one question. Don't do that.
Ellen will go to you. But anybody notices something about Doma? Doma too serious today. Have you been a day or
people, everybody get our profession. And not politics we're talking here. A health issue.
You generally go after all the other politicians. Let's go ahead. We want to ask our question. Go ahead. You're sorry for the distraction. Go ahead.
So in short, we get to understand that
you say going to the team play. I mean, end our team in 30 minutes, in 30 seconds, end our play. We're not going to that your theater and all I want to end our team 30 seconds. We'll go to different.
Yeah, so we took administrative decision, and we get to understand that complacency is an issue when it comes to workplace. So we met as a team, and we decided to switch our team around. So we did our switching, and he had some issue, but we were able to resolve it anyway. So we are good.
Thank you. Shout out your 1 question. I beg you, please be brief. I beg you.
My last question. Alex, you as a health administrator for NEMA, I heard from people in the district that you are building a hospital in your hometown. Do you think that would not be a conflict of interest in the system when you present over health ministry activity in the county? You build a health facility. How does that work along with your current job as administrator for the health center? Did you get my question? Alex, are you hearing me?
I beg you. You brought politics in the whole thing. The man building a health facility in your hometown, and you can bring your politics.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay,
hello?
thank you. Yeah, let me address that. You know, being a health practitioner, I think this is a project that I started. You know, in fact, it's my senior brother and I who started the initiative. We started since 2010. 2010, we had that plan, and the groundbreaking ceremony was done on 2012. So I was not thinking whether I will one day hold this position, but it was something that we planned years back. So it had nothing to do with the position that I hold right now.
Thank you, Chief. Now let's go to Chris.
Can I do the follow-up to that? Can I do a follow-up to this question? Alice.
Yeah.
Are you aware that the code of conduct prevent you as a political appointee to be appointed as county health administrator for NEMA and at the same time undertaking your personal family project that is aligned with the same functions and duties that you are doing for us as people at NEMA?
Understand. I think when we were asked to declare our access, that was one of those infrastructure that was submitted from my end. This project, it was something that we planned as a family, as a vision to accomplish. The government of Liberia is aware that I mentioned that I was doing this project from the time that I show you up to current. In fact, the facility we're talking about, they are not even open. You understand?
So, Alex, are you still doing the work as we speak?
No, I told you. Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I don't know whether it is God who did that. This particular project we're talking about, like I said, I am part and parcel of it, but it is honestly my senior brother who is working on that. You understand? And it's not
Alex,
even
your senior brother who is working on that serve as statutory superintendent for Zoge. So does it mean that you people use our county money and your brother was using Zoge money to build that?
No. You know when I start taking pay?
When?
I just started taking pay 3 months ago.
Okay, great. Becky, let's
John,
cross
don't
over
say
now.
great. So, Ellis, how you are surviving? You are selling
By
some of
the
the
grace
jobs that
of
were
God.
coming in the country to survive?
How many the volunteers that are in the 16, how are they surviving?
You have to tell us, because if you been working, when they appointed
Sometimes
you,
they
when
buy
you started
medication
job.
and sell it for a higher price
Don't
than the normal
hello.
price.
Yeah, because
Don't forget to
the
understand that I have
volunteer teacher will
family.
be selling grades.
My wife,
So when
hello,
they been selling
DK,
the
DK,
supplies that been coming in the country, as the means
DK,
of taking pay.
DK.
I think I know how the volunteers survive. They buy medication
The
and
Ellis,
sell it for higher prices
you're
to
talking
patients.
about, Ellis was working. I was lecturing at Mabel Macom's, which you know about. I was lecturing there. I work with Cooper Hospital. I work with GFK. And currently my wife was where I work. My wife works there also. So she's still working. And she was supporting me over the time.
Thank you. Lastly, before you said where you work, your wife is working there?
Yeah.
The problem.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah, DK, thank you, man. Thank you. Before we go to Chris and Prentice, you touched something about this current county administration giving you guys some fundings, and you said,
I'm going to go to the panelist.
Okay, I will keep my question for last. Chris, your 2 questions, please put it in one and ask our guests.
Chris, get one question.
Thank you. DK, better 2 questions.
You guys didn't even allow me to ask. I only asked one question earlier, and then the whole discussion has just been.
Let me say good evening.
Chris, let's go straight to the point. We got to go to our expert.
I know DK asked a question that I do a code of conduct. You try to dodge it, you couldn't answer it, but it's okay.
I didn't dodge anything.
And I'm coming. I'm coming, please. You talk about ambulances in Nimba.
Yeah.
And you need all of those facilities that have benefited and are going to benefit from those ambulances. And I have a concern because I hail from Nimba. I come precisely there number 1 in the Tabata belt. And you have one of the best referral hospital in Liberia, the GFD hospital.
Yeah.
And you need those areas that ambulances have been assigned. Without naming the GFD hospital that situated in the region that sometimes go beyond Rerose, that goes beyond other area for patient. How do you look at it?
Let me make that point
I come
clearly.
in. Yeah, I come in now. I come in. How do you look at it leaving the referral hospital outside of your plan? One. Let me ask my last question, I'll be done. And the last thing, Sarah talk about your staff within the county and you spearhead a department. How frequent do you take tour in the country to visit those facilities to know their challenges and what the intent or what the need of how many times in a year? Do you take tour from better get to Tapeta to Booyah to Do and rest of the areas? How many times a year?
Thank you.
Okay.
Over to the guests now.
Thank you very much. The first question you asked has to do with GFD. The first thing I want you to know why it is true GFD is one of the second higher referral hospital in Liberia. I also want to let you know that GFD is an autonomous body. Why it is true at a county level, we have an oversight, but this is a hospital that receive huge allotment from government, and ambulance service is there. We got ambulance service. The reason I didn't mention GFD is that I can't sit on this platform to tell you that when it comes to ambulance activity at GFD, we have been contributing from the county allocation. No. GFD has ambulance service that supply, that serve all of the lower, in fact, beyond lower Nima. They receive patients as far as Grand Jide. You understand? There is accurate ambulance services at GFD. In fact, we transfer patients from county health team That is GW Hardy, which is considered a government referral hospital at the county level, to JFD. JFD work on the national, they take patients from Monrovia to JFD. So that is that. The aspect I had to do with my frequent visit, the Zia you come from, I was there in recent time to tell you that I spend lesser time in my office. I spend lesser time in my office. I was in Zia 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was in Glodiela. And just yesterday, I spent my whole time in Buyao district, and I spent time in Zoge.
Thank you.
So
Over to you,
I visit all of my facility.
Good evening,
Yeah.
Erogban.
Thank you. How you doing?
Is that Erog Digon?
Tigong Bam.
Yes, I'm a deacon.
Okay,
You're
Digon
not
Ban. Good
important.
evening. But man, see, I come from the church, and I always let to respect leaders of the church.
I mean,
Where
God bless you.
Methodist?
God bless you
Methodist?
for respecting the deacon.
Global
Is that a
Methodist.
Methodist church?
I come from Global Methodist. Okay, Digon Ban.
Yes, sir.
I'm constrained with this concern from the public that quite often health workers at various health facilities get to sell medication to patients, and there's the allegation further that they are mostly sold for the normal usual prices. So you being our county health administrator, how do you address this situation if it is true, and if it is true, how is our county health team working towards that?
Strategically, I have two questions now.
The question is not clear. I want you to make the question clear.
There is this allegation that health workers across our county mostly get to sell medication. Yeah, it is their own medication they buy from outside because there is normally the allegation says that there are normally shortage of medication, so the health workers get to buy that medication and sell them, and they normally overcharge patients who they sell the medication to. So first, I want to inquire from you, as the county health administrator, whether this allegation is anything true, and if it is anything to consider true, how is the county health team working towards that?
Okay, thank you. Let me say to you, glory be to the Boaka-led government. I will be clear on that. From the beginning of 2024 that we took over up to current, the quarterly receiving of drugs for NEMA has been regular, even as we speak. The second quarter of drugs have been supplied, and we just received a communication that they are packaging the third quarter. I'm saying this to let you know that anybody that tells you medication are served by health worker in health facility, no, I can say yes to that. No, we receive. Yeah, why it is true? Like, this is NEMA. NEMA is big. NEMA is big, and why it is true the government gave a quarterly supply to the counties, and it is not also sufficient to serve everybody up to the next quarter, because every day the population is growing. But the government have been very instrumental, and once it is received, we divide it across the 90 health facility with the clear mandate that these medication are not to be sold, except for what we've been discussing in recent time that had to do with drugs revolving fund, which the government have not started, where we're working very hard to see how best, because the issue of medication is still a challenge. It's still a challenge, most especially those essential drugs. Sometimes they can supply them, but it can be in huge quantity. So there are mechanisms that are in place, that are putting in place, which I can't say here now to start discussing it because it has not been finalized. And I know one day the platform will be giving me to discuss it, that have to do with one mechanism to put in place to keep having medication in the facility sustainable.
We platform.
But when we reach to that point, we'll discuss it. But as far as I'm concerned, no health facility, no, I have not received a complaint where a practitioner will sell medication individually to patient. It's possible it can happen, but
thank you.
Realistically, I can't speak to that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Avinzor. Welcome back to the show. You have Alex here tonight, giving your 2 questions. Then we'll go to Madam Lorena Don't Care, so we can end with our guest here tonight.
All right, thank you, Junior, and thank you again, Alex, for your deliberations, and also thank you to my fellow panelists for all your inputs.
Thank you.
Mr. Gma, my attention has been drawn to the relocation of GWH Hospital, and per the modernization of healthcare, and looking at the structures being constructed, you being an administrator of the Nimakande health team, I'm pretty sure you were not in a position prior to that structure being put up. But what is your own take on that structure that's been put up as considered as a hospital in 2025? And secondly, I also want to know, like, with the rampant usage of drugs in the county, like addiction, does the county health team has a psychiatric department that's responsible for targeting these specific areas of the public health?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let me answer the second question before going to the last question. The one that had to do with the public health challenge that had to do with drugs addiction. It's a serious issue that is across the country.
Right.
And what I can say to you clearly is that we have a department that had to do with mental health. But it all boils down to resources. It all boils down to resources.
How functional are they?
Yes.
So I mean, having them and being functional are two different things.
They are working, but these are conditions that people that you see in the categories are not people that you just that have the willing heart to say, yeah, let's get to the hospital and do all of that. They have to do with working together. I think this is something that I think we discussed it in our health coordinator health board meeting, and there are some plans on the way that how best the county health team can work with the county administration to be able to address this issue. Because if you will want to see reason of addressing this issue, the first and foremost thing is you need to have a place where you will be able to have these people confined, or that's a place, not say confined. Let me not use this word. So have them to be able to take care of them. You understand? And all have to do with finance. All have to do with finance. So I can tell you right now, the mental health department, the supervisor that we have, they are really working to trying to see how to, but when it comes to awareness, we are involved into that. We all been saying drugs is not good. Like you say, it's been observed nationally, where you observe in recent time the protest was on, a peaceful protest, speaking against drugs, saying no to drugs. But it's not just auto A. You need to have a rehabilitation center where you will get these guys and place there to be able to take care of them.
Okay, so addiction is not. Addiction is not a condition that is treated, in an acute setting. Addiction is a condition that needs to be treated as a chronic condition, because it's not something you're going to come to the hospital to say, oh, my hair hurts, and then they give you paracetamol and you're okay and you go home.
Good.
It's something that takes time. And so I get it. So if there is a plan, or you guys are working on modalities to see how, you can work with the county health authority and see if probably like have a facility where these guys can be treated, that would be really important.
Yeah. So thank you. So with the issue of Sekempa or relocation of GW Hale, I think that's one of the concerns we have when we took over. And in fact, this issue we were able to even visit the vice president because we could not lay hand on the blueprint of this project. When we went to GW Hale said it was Liz that doing this project. And when we got to the vice president, he was able to make frantic effort to get to Liz director. And as the mentor came, Liz came, we all moved, we went to the site. As we speak, I sent to be corrected, we have like over 18 structure that needed to be built. Almost like what you have in Tapeta. But then we only had 3. And when we got there, we get to understand that some of those facilities, like what they said, the structure that they are through with now have to do with the emergency, the maternal, let's say the MCH and the laboratory. Those were the 3 structures that were being placed down, and they were talking about doing an opening of those 3 structures. We said, no, it's not possible. It is not possible to have 3 structure. You're talking about you need to have, if you will do this place as an emergency. Why if we have a surgical condition where the surgery will be done? There is no place here for administrative thing to be. Do you expect somebody to stay in Jide Hale in Sanikole to supervise right here in Sekempa? It's not possible. So we made them to understand, and there was the construction that was done, we saw something that were not okay. We recommended for change, and they said they were going to come to be able to do those changes, and another new structure is about to be erected. But in the absence of that, we're not able to move to that place to say Jide Hale is moving until this structure can be built. But this project is not in our hand. It's honestly not in our hand. It's in the hands of Liz. It is Liz that doing this project.
Thank you so much for your response. But it's really regrettable in 2025 seeing a hospital structure being constructed in that shape and form. Like you are constructing a school building. Not even modern school building. A hospital that needs to have like oxygenation system, like adequate ventilation. And you build it like that and you call it a hospital?
You want the people jumping in the
so that be Liberia.
Thank you. Let's end the conversation with Madam Lorena Donke. Madam, welcome.
Thank you. And yes, I have 2 questions, Alex. When you are trying to answer printers about people selling drugs to patients, you said drug supply was current or it has not come to your knowledge, and in fact they are supplied 2nd quarter, and you heard they were packaging 3rd quarter. With that, I want to say that the government is doing well, but the government needs to do better because we are in the 2nd month of the 3rd quarter. If they are just packaging drugs central, it means it's like 20 or 60. So we need to do better in that. So it makes me want to believe that people are actually selling drugs because there is no way. The salary is small, and then there is no. I'm also sitting in the hospital. I take my small salary, I'm also sitting and I sell because you still sitting moreover and packaging drugs that are meant for July, August, September. So by the time they package and by the time it goes to the county, it means we're already in the last month of the 3rd quarter, or maybe we'll even come in the 4th quarter, which is October. That's one question I want to ask you. So what are you people doing to make sure that supplies are on time? You can be supplying third quarter drugs in the middle or at the end of third quarter. I mean, the same thing we came to rescue is the same thing we still doing.
Okay.
That's one. And my second question is, may I ask my second question? You didn't answer all. And my second question is, and I will repeat, I'm a rescuer. I support the rescue government. Though I'm not a member of the Unity Party, not a member of MDR, I'm saying this because whatever affects the people is either political, social, or cultural. So this is political. So I've supported the rescue mission, and I will always do until otherwise, But you from the background of advocacy, I remember you were vice president of the
Liberian Nurses Association.
So we have advocated for small salary disparity, and I see in this government, the government that has supported, there is still salary disparity. You have somebody that has a bachelor degree in nursing making 300, and somebody that has a bachelor degree in midwifery making 250. What are you people doing? What are you telling your bosses that they can do to be able to bridge the gap between salary disparity of people that have the same credential? Because these are part of the people we came to rescue, so we shouldn't leave it undone until 2029.
I think if you can, let me address the first question. I just got it because I was not in the CHT yesterday. I just got a text from the county pharmacist that the quarterly supply of drug call had been made, and they said they were bringing it this week, beginning tomorrow, next week. So that one is done. Thank God. So
it still doesn't make a difference. We are in August. They tell us starts to so it doesn't make a difference. So I need to take that as a challenge, and you have to improve on it.
Good. Granted. So the aspect I have to do with the question you asked concerning salary disparity, I think few months, if not the beginning part of this year, there was a protest that was carried on by a health worker. While it is true I am an administrator, I pity the condition for somebody to go. You know, it's difficult to go to school, right? To go to nursing school and graduate, get bachelor degree, and then you receiving salary that is not in line with others. And then you got other people, all of you have the same salary, honestly, have the same level of qualification, and then your own is then given differently. It's an issue. And I think the government of Liberia, like I said, these are issues, you know, that's why I am so happy for Martha Morris. She has been very, very instrumental, even though it is not altogether completed. But what we've been talking about, salary disparity, they have been working towards it, and there are people who have started benefiting already. But it's something that it had to take a gradual process. The same thing with the recruitment of volunteers. So it's something that the leadership is aware. They know, even as we speak. It's something that is still working on. But it's not easy, oh my sister. But it had to take a process to be done. But they are aware. And every day we talk about it. Every day we talk about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Mr. Ban. It was a pleasant time having you. But before you go, before you give us a parting comment, it is to my knowledge that the county health team received some money from the county administration. There are budget allocated to the county health team. I want to know how much is allocated to you guys annually, and how has this been used?
I want you to make it clear. You said the county allocated some money.
Yeah, when I say the county administration.
Okay, it has not been a regular thing, right? This is the first time. since we came into
first time?
leadership, I think. Hello.
No, before your leadership.
Oh, so okay, thank you. But since I came, this is our first time receiving that funding, and that was, I said to you, they firstly make us to understand that when we first have the health board meeting, the superintendent, the honorable superintendent, make us to understand that we have an amount of 30,000 in a budget for this year to receive from the county administration. And then when we express the need for improving our maternal waiting home, because one of the challenging situations we have had over the years, which some of the issue that had to do with the maternal death that were contributed to was making way for our pregnant women to live from hard to reach places to come closer to the facility. So when we express that need, she make us to understand she was going to see how best that figure will be up. Let's say be added, and additional money will be added to be able to work with that. And blessedly, she was able to reach that money to 80,000. And the 80,000 we received, they were clear to let us know that now you have 80,000. Come clear and let us know about what you want to do with this money before we even receive it. And we were able to strategically identify. Firstly, we thought of touching all of the maternal, because in Nima County we have 22 maternal waiting homes. 22 maternal waiting homes. And out of the 22 maternal waiting homes, we were thinking of doing some little improvement in all. But she again came, she said, no. What you need to do is, hello?
Yeah, I beg you. I want you to throw light at the back, not at the front currently, because my concern has to do with the auditing that is done in the county. We realize that my concern has to do with the auditing that is done within the county. It is only the county administration that is being audited, but there are key places, key other entities within the county that receive money from the county administration, but they don't audit them. For example, the county, they are the county health team. You guys have been receiving money.
Are you serious?
But how has this money been used? I'm not talking about you personally, your administration. I'm talking about the past administration. We also have Nicora. Nicora have been receiving money from the county administration, but we don't know how this money is being used. As an administrator, since you took over, which other project have you identified as the county administration project?
I don't want to. You're not clear. When you say project that is considered county administration project,
you are allocated some funds, right? Let me make it very simple. You are allocated some funds every year from the county administration, and this year you're telling us that you guys are undertaking the maternal waiting home.
Yeah.
Now, before your term, which other project was undertaken by your successor?
Sorry that I'm not going to speak much to that, but there were a lot of different projects, unfinished projects that we came and met. You understand? There were a lot of unfinished projects that we came and met. Like, for example, we saw a clinic that they are constructing in Bonley. There's a clinic that is under construction there that they were able to put a structure in the Zinke. It was not been completed. We met a facility, a clinic in Baivongwe that they did some work on it. It was not completed. We met another clinic in Yongle. We saw it was not completed, and many other projects.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. In 30 seconds, please give us your parting comment.
Okay. Let me firstly appreciate all of the panelists that was able to interact with me tonight And I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm very, very happy to appear here tonight because sometimes activities that we carry on, there is no way to just talk about it. And sometimes people come in to just politicize it, they say it differently. But having this platform tonight to be able to express myself, to say out some of the things that we are involved with, it make me to feel at home. At least it make us to know that we are accountable to the public. And this will help us to even do what we're supposed to do, because one day we will have to appear here to explain how things work. And with the knowledge and recommendation from you, it will also help us to be able to see how best we can work to improve. So, and I was able to see my friends, some of my friends that I have not seen for a very long time. DK, saying he traveled to America, he had not talked to me one day. The platform is a very good platform. At least he talking to me today. So I'm very, very happy.
You see when that guy picking at me, I can say nothing. That guy picking at me, Alice. The way you happy talking at this, we'll tell your corruption team and running with it. Don't say we not let your business. You see, you can't hear you are on your holiday, you enjoy yourself. Put up corruption team, but you will run with it the same way.
No, by the grace of God, by the grace of God, no business as usual.
So lastly,
ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you so much.
I know you are leaving. So, they say you are a deacon in the inland church.
Say that?
They say you are a deacon in the inland church.
I'm a deacon in training.
How does that become a question?
And so you supported Koto against Deacon Mekua?
No, I was waiting to work with any representative that would be elected from Booyah. I never supported any of the candidates.
No, I think we had to find our own group of inland church that Doma then did with the Methodist church. So
on what basis
that you want to go? I have one recommendation.
DK Inline is not looking at your Methodist church or any other congregation.
Wait for Sunday to preach, Pastor John.
I'm telling you,
Inline sitting there programming divide inland church.
My man, nobody divide inland. That's it.
Hello. My recommendation to this body is it's important to stick to time. I was told 8 o'clock and we almost started by 9. So it's very important.
Hold on before you go. You were struggling to come. The thing is, when you're in the back, you are now on camera. It will not bring you.
No, my struggling, it didn't take even 5 minutes.
You see that? Okay,
no,
when you leave,
I said,
you see what
we started late.
They think that radio, when you leave from here, will start dealing with you and you will not like it. Your camera will give you that schedule how to call you. So you can't talk bad about all the moment you drop the lamp, all the oil will talk bad, but you will not be fine.
I will still monitor you. I ain't got a problem. Thank you. DK,
thank you so much,
Mr. Thing, you were very unjust to Aloysius the other day.
Who Aloysius?
I beg you.
You see, who get them on our platform today? They are too excited. Nobody
you can't play politics with Digon.
Thank you, Alex. Come last time, man. There's your home. Thank you.
Thank you. I beg to leave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. That was the voice of Mr. Ellis Ban. Ellis Ban is the County Service Administrator at the level of the Nima County Health Team in San Nicole. You're hearing tonight on a couple of issues surrounding health in our county. Again, folks, let's go back to our analysis. We'll give each person 1 minute each to have your analysis.
My man, take the man up. The man camera down on. Take the man up. Then leave our show.
So we're going to get each person 1 minute.
Let's start with Shadrach. Shadrach will bring your friend Ellis. Let's start with Shadrach. That year from
The,
he's so
the
excited.
professional, you see, before we go to Shadrach again, Shadrach not good, man. Let me tell everybody here today that Shadrach not good. You brought your guests. Yeah? You dig behind it, man.
And he threw the man on the bus.
Throw the man. You saw how the man stick? He didn't want to respond to that question, but it was hot. That's why you're not good, man. What? But again, it's a valid point, though, because most of these nurses and doctors have their own clinics.
Man, that get a post and I said, "Wait, I do my about CNC. CNC or PDT. Do my not let PDT. We bring PDT on.
Why you on?
We'll put you in the back. I'll put you not going to show.
Thank you, Junior.
Someone feedback.
Shadrach, I beg you need to drop your line and re-enter. Your line is ready. No problem.
You're not getting me?
The fan,
getting you, but
the fan blowing from behind you.
But not need playing here, one people.
Okay, drop the line, re-enter the studio. I beg you. Okay, let's go to
Jacob can be calling the man and say, "Thank you, you brought our man. He made us proud." I want to be calling Shadrach for that year from Pastor John and taking off. He can bring 2 mic up in on the show.
The inner meaning.
So today, during the keynote address by Musa Belete, he said he will not be contesting district number 7. That's a breaking news. He will be on the presidential ballot comes 2029. Yeah,
can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? That you have on Doma and Lorena?
Please, hold on.
But that news that we've been talking more than
that's news for you.
BKS is not news for me. You know, Lorena moved to Liberia because of that at District 7 Benin. But the frustrating thing is she and Doma will start fighting right away from here. That's what we learn.
Wow.
Let's hear your analysis in your party.
All right, thank you, Gian. I think tonight was a very good show. But looking at NIMBA, looking at the health sector, there are still a lot of challenges in NIMBA that requires intervention, especially the ambulance services and so forth, even medication. I know how the medication is distributed in the counties. Like my older brother worked with, he specifically distributed drugs within the county. There are a lot of challenges. As we speak, he's in Monrovia trying to go back with the recent consignment for the counties. And I just put up the so-called, I don't want to say, but the so-called hospital that is under construction in Sekimpa. That has been put in Sekimpa. You know, that structure does not represent a modern hospital. It still looks like a high school to me. Because if we're talking about modern hospital, it should be able to be very much presentable, not in that form. So I don't know whether Liberia still, whether it is Liberia that provide, or the Ministry of Health that provide the blueprint for that structure.
It is to my knowledge that the blueprint was provided by the Ministry of Health.
Well, then the ministry needs to change its course, because that is not, we are in a modern day life. It's not in the 1980s thing here we're talking about. This is modern day life. That building does not represent, that does not even look at building that should be built in 2025. So I think the ministry still have work to do by changing all her blueprints within the country to start bringing in new designs that will be looking presentable to the public. But other than that, it was a good show tonight. Besides DK bringing a little politics into play, but I think it's a good show. Talking about CMC, Musa Belete ambition is there on arrival. He will not get it.
You said politics. The one you talk about the building that under construction in second part, they're not ought to stand.
So Mr. Vi, you from Bay?
That means answer the main question for.
It was it that politics or what? Because the standard of the hospital they're building in second part.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a hospital? Does that thing look like a hospital?
It's not a hospital. That's what I'm saying. I said it does not look like hospital, look like high school to me. So there is still work needs to be done with the Ministry of Health needs to actually put their act together and start bringing new designs that will look very presentable to the public. Because that is not
right. The only thing I see in the thing is, when you are in advocacy and you're working with government, it's difficult. Doma mother has said here. Doma mother has said here. It's difficult for her to say. She can't put this out of thing because it's difficult. But you, Lorena.
Who, me?
Yes.
Me?
That plays in second part.
You didn't criticize the issue of drugs, Jenna?
You got master degree in May. That thing is doing there. You're working with government. That thing. You're not saying anything about it. That thing in second part.
When you reach to me, I will talk. I won't talk.
My man always talking. I know what I.
But bro, DK, I actually will talk right now when the cooking jar, when I run the cooking jar, I actually will talk.
Yeah, let's hear your analysis about the show and your parting comment. From you, we go to Madam Lorena.
Thank you, Gina. We have a very good show tonight. We needed to dig deeper into the county health team, but I hope that next time you come sooner so that we have some discussion. But quite frankly, there are a lot of challenges with the county health team. And when people asking regarding the issue of drugs and the issue of employment, I think that's one of the challenges we have as a country and as a county. There are a lot of things going on in the county. Even when we're with the county, the contribution that is made today, the previous regime also did similar. It could not be the same amount. But most time, if you don't have people employed, there are a lot of malpractice that go on. That's why I actually wanted to know, the number of staff, the staffing level that he have, there. But he said, he gave them, but he could not lay out everything. But Liberia as it is, I wanted him to be more, administrative and straight to the point. But my disappointment with him was he kept just praising the vice president, going to the other issue. That was not that for me personally, that was my issue with him. Go to the issue, the point. And lastly, he gave me 1 minute and I even go.
Lastly, got to protect his job.
Lastly, the issue with the hospital, building, he tried to down a little bit when he said, he started 2012. He didn't know that you're going to construct. But then I wanted to ask him, when did he start the project? But I think someone did not ask that question, but they just left it out. It was through a brother dream, but I wanted to know when he actually started. He started the
project. Why the vice president recommended the man for a job?
See how it is, to a point. He said he had a dream in 2010, and then 2012 he started a project.
He started 2012.
That's why he said
they did a groundbreaking. They did a groundbreaking in 2012.
Yeah, so I mean, with all of that, I think it was a good question Cedric asked, because most time you see medical practitioners, have the health center at the end of the day. That's where the medication are shifted. So next time you will come here so that we can ask him all of the hard questions. But
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
I mean, you want to take all the time to be asking. We won't conclude.
Sergio brought your own friend to there. Sergio, you brought your friend and desire to move on behind.
Let's go to Madam Lorena. Lorena, I beg you, your parting comment and your analysis of the show in 1 minute. From you, we go to Mr. Alvin.
Yeah, so I would say the show was a good show, especially so having a guest from the health background. And I think we still have a lot of challenges, not just as a county, but the whole health sector. Because everything we said tonight about the county health thing is not unique to NCHG. It cut across every other county in Liberia, because we are in the second month of the third quarter, and they are just trying to get, have the supplies together, medication together to disperse to the county. When will that reach to Sando? When will that reach to Maryland? That will be about the end of the third quarter. It existed before and it's still existing. I see that as a big challenge. I see that as a slap in the face of people who said we're going to do it better. People who came out there to say this government will do it better, and we are disappointing them. And then on the issue of, see, I would say, as about the issue of voluntary staff, I was kind of shocked when he said they had 376 volunteers in the whole country. I know of a particular facility that presented 156, just one facility. So I think we need to do better, especially those who are given the opportunity to serve wherever position they are in. The president is not everywhere. The vice president is not everywhere. So people who are in certain position must use that position, the pillars of the promises that align with your sector. Who should be able to deliver on the promises so that we can't come 2029 be saying, oh, we put volunteers on payroll. No, we should be talking, we put all the volunteers on payroll. That should be the message in 2029. We can't be
Thank you.
supplying third quarter drugs at the end of third quarter. And for the issue of Musa Berete, don't say thank you. Please give me 30 seconds. Like I said, Musa is on Nibayan, and we know Nibayan, we are innovative people. So I applaud him for bringing up his CMC. And there are people who have come, candidates and a lot of people have come in the same style, and then they just remain in Kakata and were the end of the story. And now contesting in the Treasury again is now a story to me. I know it because they have reached out to me and like, oh, the man will not be contesting when you come, the man will support you, this and that. But I'm a president, even when I was still a young girl having boyfriend and have one boyfriend at the time. I can have two boyfriends at the same time. So in the same way in politics, it's one leader at a time, not two leaders. So it's not a need. So thank you. Have a good night. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lorena. Thank
Now,
you
why
very
you
much.
laughing for? Yeah, wait there. And say, why you laughing for?
Nothing of this is not nothing. You see, when you're doing one at a time, now I'm doing you laugh.
Yeah, ain't gonna make quiz my Oma here. My Oma already told her talk.
Mr. Alvin, let's hear your analysis and your parting comment in 1 minute.
All right. Thank you all for thank you all so much for the show. It was a really beautiful show. It's my first time here. I've been watching you guys online, but it's my first time here, and I really liked the conversation. But from the analysis of the county health and the representative from the county health team, I think that Nima County is underserved in the sense that you can't have Nima County is estimated to have over 400,000 people. And with the employ and both the voluntary, the statistics he gave for both employ and voluntary staff for the whole county, 1,372 to serve over 400,000 people, that means the county is underserved.
He says 630 some more thousand, according to the catchment population.
Over 600,000.
Right, okay, right. So according to with that population, you only have 1,372 health workers. That doesn't align at all. And we got to do better. I know things are hard, or the government is trying to do their best, but to have just 1,300 people serving over 600,000 people, that's not realistic. That is not realistic. So there's a need for the government, especially the Ministry of Health, to work in line with locals, especially even creating, I don't know, whatever, they still have these like community watch teams still functioners in the various localities, because way back they used to be like people used to be in the towns and villages who used to educate people about HIVs and all the different stuff. I don't know whether those aspects of the healthcare are still functional, but to have just 1,300 people serving over 600,000 people, that does not align at all. But we are from a developing country or a third world country, and I hope and pray that these numbers will be able to improve as time goes by. But all in all, I think everything about the show was beautiful. I'd like to thank you guys for also allowing me to be a part of the panelists tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here tonight too, Chief. Let's go to
All right.
you, Shaban. Your 1 minute starts.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Junior, I'm not a bad man. I just objective, I believe in straightforward issues.
You can tell me to convince me, I beg you.
You can provide clarity.
Yeah.
Provide clarity.
Yeah, that was a good show. Ellen explained himself very well, even though my question project seemed to be a political, but when I heard that he was building hospital, I wanted to clarify. This is one of the major reasons that we face in the country, my brother. Let me say this. Even education, health, these people that serve in the area, they got to facilitate, they prioritize more than the government own, that will be vibrant for the citizen. So if the people go to that facility, it costs them. The government they not cost it. So I just wanted for you to clarify that thing. Even though it was good that he started a dream way back, I think they probably know. So we got to work on it. Even education, health, people working in that sector, they should be appointed into those positions. I was in education for 10 years. We saw that thing. Military guys that in school. Sometimes they bend the rules for the school system in the country because they are in the school. It's also overcharging people. That's why I asked that question. So it was a good show, man. I think Ali saw how to call Sis Lorraine for that no question. They got background in that area. It was good. We learn from them. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much.
You get background in that area, but you expose your friend.
What you got exposed?
Grace, over to you. Your 1 minute starts.
Oh, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to my good sister, Sis Lorena. It's been a while since I left from here. We met last time. To Brother Allen, let me thank you for being on the show to share the platform with you guys. But I know the representative from the county health team presented this presentation. Maybe when it comes to green, I'll give you 40% because those information that we needed, he was blinking the process. He was not straight to the point. Even when I asked him how many times we take tour in the various, in the country to know why offending those people, he was just blinking and tell me that 2 times or that 3 times he will tell us. And I think that a lot of challenges the country health team have our health system, because you look at B and Doru, for example, it's a healthcare B and Doru. Have 5 places of reach. How many times you go there? Right? Let's look at Yami Mesno. Let's look at Butu. Those are areas that don't necessarily that are trying to. How many times you guys go there? They only sit in Sanikure, operate everything in Sanikure. No, even when I ask about JFD ambulances, right? The government hospital in Sanikure is right there. JFD, I think it's something can remember. Even from the past regime, they have been crying for ambulances, and not just to the one. JFD hospital, those ambulances can't reach a good far. It is a referral hospital we have. What are they doing? What are they doing? They only sit in Sanikure. Our people are dying. Those health workers are dying on the field, no salary. So it's so frustrating until they have to go beyond those who sign up in the services who have been sleeping at night, working at those clinics. Let them measure those people go on payroll, because how will you be at that clinic for 9 years? You don't salary.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, we'll set the just. It's getting a thing, you know, Liberia, and we'll pray for the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Over to you, Apprentice. Your 1 minute starts now.
Thank you, Junior, and let me say thanks to everybody who followed the show tonight. On an overall, I think our discussion tonight reveals the fact that our health system is heavily challenged, and it is not just unique to Nimba. My own experience and first-hand interaction with our health system and how I got to know that we are heavily challenged and we need to do more. Started as far back as 2021, 2022, when I remember we used to do independent verification of the FARA project that was on a USAID. But then the project was just in 6 of our 15 counties, and Nimba was one. So I know at some point in time somebody asked me why I was so quiet. Uh, it was not politics, so I wasn't talking much. But I understand for a very long time, major challenges our health sector faces, and we really hope that much can be done because it will on the improvement of these sectors. That me in politics today and serving the Unity Party, we were able to campaign and ask the CDC out, and the people. I remember health workers, they were very blunt and bold in their decision to get the CDC out with the expectation that things will get better. And after more than 1 year, pretty close to 2 years, we can be here and still saying the same things. So we really hope
Thank you.
you from these kind of conversations that we get the right things be done so that we help service providers as well. And then at the end of the day, at least things get better and other conversations regarding politics get better in the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, overall, it was a good show. Thank you guys for being here. But my little concern with this county health team has to do with the money they receive from the county administration. They receive money, I think, to my knowledge, 30,000 every year, sometimes 50,000, sometimes 60. And this year we are hearing that they are receiving 80,000. But the county health team itself does not have any plan for this money. The money is allocated every year, but they just throw it behind different projects. Now, this could be a recommendation to them. For example, if this year you need cars, you need ambulances, set the budget, send it to the county administration. When the money comes, you buy ambulance. If next year you will need to rehabilitate certain facility, set the budget, send it to the county administration. When the money comes, you rehabilitate that facility. But it is not done at the county health team. It's bad. There are so many unfinished projects. And now this new administrator is telling us that they are focusing on maternity waiting home. What becomes of the other projects? What becomes of them? So I think a lot need to be done at the county health team. A lot need to be done. The point that Shadra raised was really okay. Nurses are like taking, some of them taking 150. There are nurses that are not on salary. They are volunteers. And then you expect drugs to go in the hospital and stay there for 1 week. Somebody working day and night, they're not taking pay. Then you carry drugs in the hospital. Then you expect it to stay there. Make it to make sense for me now. Make the whole thing to make sense. We fighting corruption, but we still opening door for corruption. You got over 10 person working at the George Way Alley Hospital, from physician assistant to nurse aide to cleaner, all of them. Some of them not taking pay. Then you got little malaria drugs in the hospital. Then you expect it to stay there for 1 week for patients. It's bad. The issue of gasoline. People are being demanded to pay gasoline fees before patients are taken from the hospital. I know that. They demand you to pay that money. If you can't pay it, the patients will be lying down there. And the sad thing about this is that most of the nurses that are just graduated from school that are serving as volunteers, sorry to say, they do not have any professional ethic. You will see a patient crying on the bed, need cares, need help. Those nurses will not cater to that person. It's bad. And with the hospital thing in Sakimba, I don't know whether we should blame the government of Liberia, or we should blame Asila Menta, or we should blame the entity taking care of the projects. I don't know. But again, it was a good show tonight. I appreciate all of you for being here.
Say, Lorena, thank you for coming. Hope you'll come tomorrow.
Yeah,
Gio, I will
Why
left
the
Gio.
don't want to come on this show?
Gio,
I'll be
yes,
I will left for all to bring. I will left for all to bring that go many go right. I have information
let's
on that
discuss in the
stuff.
hotel room.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but I have information that on our hospital that I don't want to talk about it because it's not helpful for our country. I know much about it. That's why
Let's
the Nico
discuss in
prayer
the
we got
hotel
that
room.
key on. Yeah, so that's an issue for ourselves. Yeah.
Okay.
So say
Mr.
Lorena, you
Army,
don't talk
thank you
about.
for being here tonight. Are you related
He
to
coming,
Alice
please
Hall?
call me, yeah?
Yeah, Alan's always my elder brother.
Okay. I can see from
Yeah.
the voice, the
Man, you
head.
see that? You know, having Zovon. You know that man.
No, I don't know.
That animal to Triple C, they mean to Triple C.
Yeah,
Not
I
for
know
me,
Ali.
that
Oh,
is
the people
important.
that was Joplay me also. But you know the
So,
Joplay people, they lay
that
down
other
there.
your food car gonna
Oh
go to
God,
court.
Dante used to throw the whole Joplay on his back.
Mr. Ali, that other your food Gumbo car gonna go to court.
Man, that man, America never gave him
But
prize.
Gio,
Yes, sir.
we still on the air. I'll say something. You still on the air?
Okay, let me go up. Let me end the show again, folks. It was a
Yeah,
good
end the show. Yeah.
We'd like to say thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Mother of Nima, Aloysius Tier, Canis Leeway, Robert, Tambe, Jarvis, Batwa, Kazon. Thank you for being here tonight. It was a good show. See you guys tomorrow.